You're standing in line at the grocery store with items in your cart. Milk, eggs, bread, chicken, some vegetables. The total is going to be around $63, and you have your phone in your hand with your banking app open, checking your account balance before the cashier rings you up. $2,112. Rent is due in 5 days. That's $1,300. Car insurance auto pays tomorrow. $147. You're doing math in your head to make sure the groceries won't put you under. The person in front of you just tapped their card without looking at the screen, didn't check their balance, didn't hesitate, just paid and walked out. That split second of financial anxiety over $63 in groceries? One man never felt that, not once in the last 40 years of his life, and he made less money than you probably do. Today, I'm going to show you how $500 a month quietly turns into over $3 million and how ordinary people become millionaires without anyone realizing it. In 2014, a lawyer in Vermont made a phone call to the local hospital. A man named Ronald Reed had passed away at age 92, and he left something in his will for them. The hospital administrator answered, probably expecting a small donation, maybe $5,000. Ronald had been a janitor, and before that he pumped gas, never making more than $20,000 a year in his entire life. The lawyer told them Ronald left the hospital $4.8 million. The library got $1.2 million, and his total estate was over $8 million. The hospital thought it was a mistake. Ronald Reed was the guy who showed up to work in a jacket held together with safety pins. He drove a 2007 Toyota with rust eating through the doors, and his coworkers used to joke about how cheap he was. One guy said if Ronald earned $50 in a week, he would probably invest $40 and live on $10. When Ronald died, those same coworkers found out they'd been working next to a multi-millionaire for decades. The man they made fun of for driving a beat-up car had more money than most doctors will ever see. Drop a comment if you've ever worked next to someone and had no idea they were actually rich. Ronald Reed didn't get lucky. He didn't inherit money, start a business, or win the lottery. He just did one thing consistently for 70 years. My name is Joe, and I show you simple ways to make more money and avoid the mistakes that keep most people broke. If you're tired of watching people with the same income live completely different financial lives, hit that subscribe button, because today we're breaking down the math school never taught you. Let me introduce two people starting from the exact same spot. Meet Lauren. She's 27, earns $68,000 a year, drives a used Toyota Corolla she paid cash for, and already has a solid investment account growing. Then there's Ryan, also 27, same salary, leases a brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee with payments, and has barely anything invested. Both feel like they're doing okay, and both think their lifestyles are pretty similar. But let's jump forward and see what really happens. By their late 30s, Lauren's ahead, but Ryan isn't worried. He figures he still has time. By their late 40s, the gap is getting serious. Lauren's account is growing faster than her salary. Ryan is feeling the squeeze with a mortgage, kids, and a bigger car payment. Saving feels impossible now. By their mid-50s, compound interest is doing the heavy lifting for Lauren. Her account has grown to over 7 times what Ryan has saved. Ryan is searching online for how to catch up on retirement and realizes he'd need to save half his paycheck to make it work. That's not happening. By 67, Lauren retires comfortably with over $4 million. Ryan has less than $500,000 and realizes he'll be working until at least his mid-70s. Same age, same income, same starting point, yet one ends up financially free while the other is still trading time for money. Comment below how much you're currently investing per month, even if it's zero. No judgment, just curious where everyone's at. So what did Lauren do that Ryan didn't?
She started putting $500 every month into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund at age 23. It was an automatic withdrawal on payday, and she set it and forgot it, maybe glancing once or twice a year before going back to living normally. Ryan used that same $500 for his car lease payment through his 20s and 30s, always having a car payment, and that's the only difference between retiring wealthy and working into your 70s. You're probably thinking $500 a month isn't something you have lying around, but here's the uncomfortable part. You already do. You're just spending it on things that disappear. The average person spends over $200 a month on subscriptions they rarely use. Streaming services, music apps, gym memberships they haven't used in 6 months, random software trials. Add in takeout and delivery at close to $300 on average, and you're easily at $500 a month without even thinking about it. That money you spend on restaurants every month, if you invested it instead, turns into over $500,000 in 30 years. You're not just buying dinner, you're buying away your future freedom. Those subscriptions, they could be worth close to $500,000 as well. Every month you're choosing between keeping the apps and food delivery or retiring years earlier with real security. Now let me show you numbers that usually melt brains. If you invest $500 a month for 40 years in an S&P 500 index fund, you end up with over $3 million. Of that, you only put in $240,000 of your own money. The rest, over 92%, came from compound growth. You planted a seed and the market turned it into a forest. After 10 years, you have around $100,000. After 20 years, it jumps to nearly $380,000. After 30 years, you're over $1 million. And the jump from $1 million to $2 million takes far less time because your money is earning more than you're adding each month. Even crazier, someone who invests early and then stops ends up with more money than someone who waits and invests 3 times longer. Someone invests $6,000 a year from their mid-20s to mid-30s, 10 years total, then stops. They end up with over $740,000 by retirement. Someone else waits until their mid-30s and invests the same amount every year for the next 30 years. They put in 3 times more money, but end up with $160,000 less. Time beats effort when it comes to compounding. What about market crashes, you may be asking? The S&P 500 has averaged around 10% annually for almost 100 years, through the Great Depression, World War II, the dot-com crash, 2008, and COVID. After inflation, it still averages about 7%, which is more than enough to turn $500 a month into millions. No 20-year period in history has ever been negative. Every crash recovered. 2020 took months, 2008 took about 5 years, and if you're adding $500 every month, crashes actually help because you buy more shares when prices are low. Data shows missing just the 10 best trading days over 20 years cuts your return in half, and most of those best days happen right after the biggest drops. If you panic and sell during a crash, you miss the recovery, and that's where people destroy decades of potential wealth. So if the math is this clear, why do so many people end up with nothing? Most Americans in their early 60s have saved less than $200,000 for retirement, and 1 in 5 people over 65 is still working because they have to. It's not laziness, it's human wiring. Your brain evolved for immediate survival. Eat the food now, don't save for a winter you might not see. It struggles with sacrificing $500 today for millions in 40 years. Present bias wins every time. Loss aversion makes crashes feel unbearable. Lifestyle creep eats every raise you get. And here's what may keep you up at night. You know who's making money off your inability to save? Everyone. The financial industry profits when you trade, panic, or pay high fees. They make nothing when you buy one index fund and hold for decades. Car companies stretch loans to 8 years, so monthly payments feel doable, trapping you in permanent payments. Every ad you see is fighting for your $500, not because it changes your month, but because it changes your future. They're stealing your retirement $500 at a time, and most people never notice. Here's the fee trap. If you invest $500 a month for 30 years in a low-cost index fund, you could end up with over $1 million. But in a high-fee, actively managed fund, you lose over $200,000 to fees. Stick to low-cost options. Fidelity, Vanguard, and Schwab all offer S&P 500 index funds that cost almost nothing and track the market nearly perfectly. Now, if you want to get started, I use Webull. The link is in my description. When you sign up and deposit any amount, you'll get free stocks just for joining. It's one of the easiest ways to start investing without needing a ton of money up front. The money is already there.
The average new car payment in 2026 is over $750 a month, and that's not just a car payment, it's potentially over $1.5 million you're choosing not to have in 30 years. Grace Groner bought 3 shares of Abbott Laboratories stock in 1935 for $180. She was a secretary, never made much money, lived in a small house her entire life. She reinvested every dividend and never sold. When she passed away in 2010 at age 100, those 3 shares had become $7.2 million. She left it all to charity. Use the right accounts. A Roth IRA gives you tax-free growth forever. If you're eligible, fill this first. A 401k uses pre-tax money and lowers your taxable income. Employer match is free money.
Steps to start. Open a Roth IRA at Webull, Fidelity, Vanguard, or Schwab. Takes about 20 minutes. Link your bank account. Buy one broad market index fund. Set an automatic monthly transfer of $500, or start smaller if you need to. Leave it alone. The less you look, the richer you get. That's what Ronald Read did. He bought dividend stocks every week for 70 years and never sold. The math doesn't care about your job title. Every day you delay, the target gets harder. Right now, $500 a month for 40 years gets you over $3 million. Wait 5 years and you'll need significantly more. Wait 10 years and the gap becomes nearly impossible to close. Comment your age and I'll tell you how much you need to invest monthly to hit $1 million by retirement. There's a future version of you checking an account with millions, retired, traveling, no financial stress, and another version still clocking in your 70s, worried about bills, one emergency away from disaster. Both are real possibilities. The only difference is what you do in the next half hour. Open the app, set the automatic transfer, buy the fund. Then go live your life while the math runs quietly in the background. Or don't, and spend the next 40 years wondering why everyone else seems to have more. Ronald Read's coworkers made fun of his rusty Toyota for decades. Then they found out they'd been working next to a man worth $8 million. They spent 40 years next to the answer and never saw it. The choice is yours. The numbers don't care. They just keep compounding. If you enjoyed the video, then YouTube really thinks you'll like this next one.